we're going to be rising and shining because today is all about baking your own bread. So let's get right into it because we've got a lot to do. Ethan, as the resident baker, I'm going to get you right onto the flour. So as we know with baking, it's all about being precise. So I'm going to get you to measure 500 grams into that bowl, right into the bowl. Lovely. And that's just plain flour. Great job.
Just get it all in. It's probably
Almost
easy to
there.
take more out.
Yeah,
if
that's
you've
good.
got-
Okay. Brilliant. And then the salt in there as well.
Yep.
And over on Nick's side, we've got some water, some yeast and some sugar that's combined. And Nick, we've got some that we prepared earlier because this normally takes about 7 minutes for the
can you
yeast to
grab me that,
activate.
please?
So Abby, you want to grab that? Now we're going to give you back this mixing bowl, Nick.
Oh, Abby, you can hold that for a tick.
And today we're using a stand mixer, but if you don't have a stand mixer, you can do this in a bowl, you can do it in a food processor, whatever it takes for you to mix up the dough. It's just about speed. All right, now we're gonna start that on a really low setting and we're gonna start pouring a little bit of the activated yeast at a time.
Abby, that's got your name all over it. Get pouring.
That's right.
Circling like a shark there. Great to
It
see.
is. It's circling, and as it does, the water and the yeast is combining with the flour, and it's going to start activating the dough. And brilliant
nice, the
work.
old hand tap
I
underneath.
love
You've
the
done this
hand tap.
before.
That's good. You're diving right in there. And what you want to see is the flour start to come together into a dough. As we work the flour, we're actually activating the gluten. We're strengthening up those glutinous bonds. Wonderful. And that'll take about 5 minutes, I would say, of really active kneading in order for it to come together into a ball. You know that it's ready to come out of the mixing bowl when it comes away as a whole ball from the sides of the bowl. Nick, Abby, how's that looking?
Looks good.
Excellent.
Right.
All right, I reckon that's ready to come out. Let's give it a knead. Brilliant.
Okay.
Now, Ethan, I'm going to let you do the pew-pew bit of flour onto the bench.
What's the sound? Oh, he didn't make it.
That was good. Pew!
Oh, that's good. Phew.
That's flour power. All right, now down goes the dough. Great job.
Nice
and
stuff.
now
Go
let's
us.
start kneading. Who wants to start? Nice clean hands. Abby, you want to start? Excellent. And you want to knead that for another 5 or so minutes. And you know when it's ready because the flour, the dough looks lovely and soft and silky. And when you touch it, it springs back. That's what you're looking for. So keep on kneading. You can take turns if you want to. Ethan,
Probably
you want to
need
have a
a
go?
Yep.
Great. Abby, do you do much baking yourself?
Not really. I used to do cake decorating.
Oh, cake decorating. Well, we're going to decorate this bread a little bit later. Now, this technique is known as the slap and fold.
Oh.
You ready? We'll need a little bit more flour so that it's not too sticky. And then we slap and fold onto itself. Slap and fold. The more you move this dough, the more it comes together into a lovely, silky bread dough. So I'm going to let you keep going with that one, Abby.
Slap and fold.
Slap and fold. I love working with this
Oh,
sort
wow,
of
that's
dough.
more of a bludgeon
Okay.
than a slap, I think, there, Abby. But not to worry. Fold it more gently, like
maybe a little bit more
origami.
flour. All right.
There we go.
Now, Ethan, we are going to get onto some dough that's already been kneaded, and it's already what's this called?
Rising?
It has risen, exactly.
Nice.
This process is known as proving. It's where you let the dough rest and the yeast start to eat that protein and sugar, and it
Nice.
has risen. You want it to double in size. Now we're going to pour it out onto some floured surface.
Abby, I'll just show you. After the slap and fold, you have the kabang and fold, which just, it sort of tends to speed up the process. Do you want to have a kabang and fold? Really go for it. Put some. That's it. Whoa! Oh, okay. There we go. I think you almost folded the bench top in half there. That's very good. That's coming along nicely.
That's coming along very nicely. So I'll get you to pop that into a bowl, Nick, just behind. And we're going to bring this out onto a floured surface. This is called the pop and lock. Ready?
Okay.
You ready? About to make the pop?
Oh, gosh. Sorry, I didn't realise it needed to be caught. Sorry.
It didn't, because it's been caught by this floured bench top. And have a look at those little, see those little holes?
Looks like a
That-
gigantic crumpet, don't you think?
does.
Yeah.
That is a perfect description because these little holes are what happens when the yeast farts out the carbon dioxide and creates these gorgeous little holes, which in the end, in your bread, make a lovely fluffy inside and crunchy outside. Now we're going to create some shapes today, and because we're making shapes with this, we don't need to double punch. So I'm going to give you some dough, and you can have a play with different shapes. I'm going to show you a basic. There you go, a basic. Well, I suppose you could call it a little colour. Have a look at this. It's one of my favourite shapes to make. This is called a challah, or in the Crunch Time kitchen, a hullabaloo. Thank you. That's my personal favourite. And it's basically a simple 3-strand plait.
The first step, I suppose, on that design is obviously, as Alice is doing, rubbing them together like fire sticks.
Making little worms, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And Ethan, I might borrow a little bit of your dough.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly. And you want them all to be about the same size, the same shape. Brilliant. And then we're going to bring it together, basically like plaiting our hair. So Abby, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've got a plait in your hair right now.
Abby, don't try and plait after you've handled the bread dough, though.
Yeah.
It ends pretty badly.
And so you're going to take the outside over the middle, outside over the middle, outside over the middle, outside over the middle, just like that. Gonna let that rest and it'll double in size again. And then we pop that in the oven and it'll bake up, and you can see it creates these
I've
lovely
got some egg wash,
little...
though, Alice, which might even come in handy just here for you. And
Yes.
some seeds.
Now, Ethan, you might know what the egg wash is for.
Yes, it's for making the bread turn golden.
Exactly, lovely. So it's called glazing. Abby, do you want to do some glazing? All right, glaze it up. Just over here. Is that dough talking to you, Nick?
It is. I'm going for a breadstick here, Alice.
I like. Oh gosh, you certainly are making that bread stick.
And all the ingredients and steps are on the website too. So it's a really good place to have a look.
Yes, and these seeds that I'm popping on are some sesame seeds, some poppy seeds for flavour, and also texture on top. And you pop them into the oven at 200 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size. We're going to keep on making these bread rolls and hullabaloos as we go to a break. We'll see you right after this. Oh.
Crunch time.